Bucks after that. Aaron Rodgers, just 160 yards passing, 2 picks, one of them a costly pick 6. Here's the quarterback after Green Bay's first loss on the year.
Look, you don't ever want to lose like this. I feel like we needed a little bit of a wake-up call at some point this season because things have been so good. And there's been so much talk, maybe outside the building, about the ease with which we're, moving the ball on offense and scoring. And, I think we need to kind of a kick in the ass a little bit as a little bit of a wake-up to, stop feeling ourselves so much and get back to the things that got us to this position. And I think this would be, unfortunately, but fortunately, something we can really grow from.
All right, Michael, Vick back with us. Mike, it's interesting because that's what Patrick Mahomes said last week after the Chiefs had their first loss. They needed a wake-up call. He said a little kick in the butt or whatnot. Aaron Rodgers is saying the same thing. I don't know if they got too complacent in that offense, but they were rolling along, and he said they needed something like this. Is there any validity to what Aaron Rodgers had to say? Maybe they did need a little wake-up call?
Absolutely. There have been times in my career where we was playing some of our best football and thinking we was invincible, or probably, got off to a 4-0 start out and was feeling like we was going to win 16 games. And all of a sudden the Detroit Lions come into Atlanta and beat us by 30. And, sometimes you need that. Sometimes you need to take a step back and look at things from the outside in and, just reevaluate, and guys need to be motivated in different ways, and they'll turn this film on, and it'll be a lot of motivation today in the Green Bay Packers facility. But, it's good that Aaron Rodgers can acknowledge this. I think the team will hear his message, and it'll reverberate around the locker room. And, hopefully they'll get back on the saddle, pick themselves up, and do it again. And I kind of expected this to happen at some point during the season for Green Bay because things was going so well for them. I didn't expect them to go 16-0. I just didn't think yesterday would go the way it did.
All right, so I hate to do this because I love Rodgers. On and off the field, I love him. And in general, celebrations never bother me at all. There's pro athletes, they should be able to do what they want. But I'm an outlier in that. And I watched us have a mild national emergency when Odell Beckham Jr. once upon a time pretended to be a dog and pee on the pylon. And so I don't mean to a time to kill this, but I want you to close your eyes and imagine that a quarterback does a pantomimed sexual act, whether it's Hinkle McCringleberry from Key and Peele or not, in the midst of going up 10-0, and then proceeds to have the single career. Now open your eyes and imagine it's Cam Newton. Or imagine it's a host of other quarterbacks, what the commentary would be. Because Rodgers can say we needed to be humbled, but he wasn't feeling humble when he was doing not 1, not 2, but 3 end zone pumps, mocking the Bucks. And then he throws a pick 6, damn near throws another one, and for the rest of the first half goes 1 of 9 up with 2 picks until the Bucks scored 28 straight points. And Brandon, we all know if this were you in your career and then you had 2 fumbles, if this was Odell, I think the show would do 24-hour coverage. I think we would have helicopters landing in Cleveland. And I'm not bothered by any of it, but it does strike me as quite the double standard that this isn't the lead topic on all the shows today, that Rodgers doing that went up 10-0 and then playing the worst game of his career.
No, I absolutely love it, Nick, and I think it's being overlooked. But it may be a bit of an overreaction. I just think he just played really bad. When you look at what he said after the game, he should have been just saying I instead of we. Not we needed to be humble, I needed to be humble. But when I saw this question, the first thing I thought about was I don't know. I don't know if I can answer this because I don't know if it was just what Nick just laid out as far as his stats, if this was just Aaron Rodgers, one of his all-time worst games, or if it was Todd Bowles and his defense just being dominant in that front seven, getting to the quarterback. And I continue to highlight those stats. He was only hit 9 times coming into this game in 4 games. And yet 11 times, sacked 4 times, opposed to 3 leading up to this game. So for me, I don't know. Only time will tell. You know, they have a couple more games ahead of them where they should be able to dominate. And then there's 1 or 2 games where it's like, all right, let's see how you look versus another good team. So I don't know, Wilds.
So, Mike, I got a question for you, because the celebration struck me as odd, not only because it was an odd celebration, but also the timing of it. Like, they were really having their way with the Bucs defense that we knew it had some teeth to it. Aaron Rodgers didn't really seem to care. In your career, would you celebrate a little more conservatively with a 10-point lead in the first quarter than you would say in the fourth quarter? Is there sort of an unwritten rule like, look, I'm going to go level 5 for my first quarter celebration and then ratchet it up to level 10 once it's in the fourth quarter? Because to me, this felt like way too early of a celebration of this sort of confidence, let's say.
Magnitude.
Aaron,
There you go.
he went ratchet really, really early with his celebration. And when he celebrated that way, I was like, okay, this is about to be another blowout, because this man knows something. Like, that was like, you know, cream of the crop right there. And you know, 5 minutes later, he throw an interception to the house, and I'm like, okay, he got to back that up. And then it's another interception right after that, and I'm like, this is not going to be good, because when you throw 2 interceptions, you know, everything that you've done before that point goes out the window, and your confidence is shot. And Aaron Rodgers' confidence was shot yesterday, and it was hard to retrieve it.
Well, also, go ahead, Nick.
No, listen, I want to be clear
also,
here. I'm never the fun police. None of this bothers me, okay? But I also was, I think, the only person in America that defended Odell when he did the dog peeing celebration. Right? I'm old enough to remember a mild. What, Jenna? Go ahead, Jenna.
A little bit of that is that you have to factor in someone's history. It wasn't Odell's first time doing that. There were a series of other minor skirmishes he had.
Sure.
Whatever.
Okay.
This was the first time
Jenna.
we've seen Aaron Rodgers. So
that's true. That is true. The first time. And we know what he was doing. Again, I'm not fun police, but a mild national emergency. Mooning a crowd, pretending to moon a crowd. And I am here to tell you, and everybody knows it. If 15 years ago, Mike Vick did this, it is a massive issue, and I think they flag him in the end zone. Vick, what would have happened if you had done this? What would the discussion have been about you if you did this?
Well, let's go back to Antonio Brown. All you gotta do is go back to Antonio Brown. I mean, that is the case study, right? When I saw this happen, I thought about, okay, is he going to get fined? What's going to be the storyline after? Because Antonio Brown, remember, he challenged the NFL years ago. If I don't thrust my hips, is it actually a pump?
They got beat so bad.
Whatever it was a premature pump by Aaron Rodgers, because the Bucs went on to just destroy them, handing the Packers their first loss of the year. Take a turn. Let's talk some New England Patriots. They got pumped.